Hello there, my beautiful Pisces signs. This is Rachael with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's tarot reading is a traditional Celtic cross spread that I pull for you, Pisces. I have a lot of messages, from your guides in spirit and your higher self to help you on your journey. Sometimes we get subconscious messages that we don't realize are subconscious, but you could be getting messages in your dream state, so you might want to go check out a dream journal and write stuff down every day if you can. Usually you'll get more recall if you write it down within the first 5 to 10 minutes of waking up. So that can be a helpful thing for you at this time. But I'm going to dive right in, Pisces, to your tarot cards. And then I'm going to dive into the oracle cards that I have for you. And you'll have to excuse my throat if I cough a lot because I'm just recovering from a sinus issue. Now, the first two cards I have for you, the current vibe I have for you is Five of Pentacles. Some of you are feeling left out in the cold, and then the challenge here is Temperance. So what's crossing you is Temperance. Now, if you've been feeling abandoned or left out in the cold, it's probably because you have been, and you are on a spiritual journey, because typically when we're on spiritual paths, we're usually left out alone for quite some time. And then the Temperance card came out here, which is a card of patience and balance and understanding. It's also about balancing the 3D aspects of ourselves with the 5D aspects of ourselves. And I have that in a confirmation card here for you, Pisces. But I feel like you're really tapped into your energy at this time. And it is something to celebrate. So celebrate yourself, celebrate your success, celebrate you're breaking old patterns and cycles and toxic patterns. Like, I feel like there's something to celebrate, even though you might feel isolated. I feel like there's going to be clarity coming for you in a good way. Now, in the recent past, you had the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So this is a very conflicting energy to me. It's almost like you felt like you were satisfied in a relationship, but then I think at the end of the day, you might realize that you were kind of alone. We could be married single people in relationships, which sounds like contradictory, but at the end of the day, if you're the only one that's putting in effort and time and trying, then you're just a married single person, and that can be very, very lonely. So at the present time, I feel like you're having a lot of regret or remorse. Maybe it took you a long time to realize this. Or see someone for who they truly are. A lot of the times, from my own experience, I have been attracted to people who tell me something, but then they do something completely opposite, and then they almost gaslight me into believing that they were trying to do it, but they just never were successful at anything. And I always gave them the benefit of the doubt. I was always okay, it has been a stressful time. You're right. Maybe he just forgot. Maybe he just didn't remember. Maybe it was on the back burner. And then I realized, why am I on the back burner in a relationship all the time? Why am I always the one that kind of gets the leftovers? And then when I started to realize my own self-worth and my own self-value, that's when I didn't want to participate anymore. And that's when the shift came for me. Now, in the near future, I do feel like you have a choice to make. You're kind of at a rock and a hard place when it comes to choosing something. And, use discernment there for you, Pisces, for whatever that means. But at the end of the day, your choice is to go from something that's chaotic and conflicting into calm, smooth seas. So that's what the Six of Swords is. It's like chaos and conflict, choppy waters going into calmer seas. And that's a choice you must make or not. So use discernment there. Now, how do people see you? Page of Cups. Maybe you're going to be on the dating apps. Maybe you're wanting to put yourself out there, or you have been. The Page of Cups is like an immature beginner's mindset of love. It's a man with a fish. Every time I see it, I think of dating apps. I just no. There's so many other avenues. And when you get on those apps, it's at this point, it's just it's like a meat market, okay? You can just swipe whatever way, and most women have their pick of the litter, and then men typically takes them a lot longer to catch a fish, metaphorically, of course. But I don't know, I don't like that energy. I'm just gonna say it. Now, in your hopes and fear here, Pisces, you have the moon. This is about illusions, things you don't see clearly. You're not seeing everything. That is true, but I feel like the things you have seen are probably enough. So if someone's trying to manipulate you and gaslight you and trying to like devalue your experience or your knowledge, send that person, kick that person to the curb. And then in your potential outcome here, you have 8 of Swords trapped in your thoughts. So maybe this is a choice or a decision you've been trying to make for quite some time, and you're just like analysis paralysis. I don't know what way to go. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And every time I found myself saying, how am I going to do this in my life? That was a pivotal moment for me where I shifted out of some very low frequency stuff into something higher, even though it took a lot of elbow grease and a lot of work and a lot of diligence on my part, because no one was coming to save me. And yeah, you might be feeling apathetic about that, because in your subconscious you have the 8 of Wands and then the 4 of Cups. So 8 of Wands is typically a card of communication, but it can be also like a fast moving energy. And then the 4 of Cups is about apathy, or just lacking emotional fulfillment. So I do feel like that's kind of where you're at this time. And then I have other added messages that confirm pretty much everything that I've said here as well, because I'm getting into the Oracle now. So if you just wanted tarot, just make sure you smash the like button and then head on your way. But if you want Oracle, here we are. The impasse card comes out. This is tied to your solar plexus, which is kind of like your fun zone, your fun center, and your passions and sorts of things. So I feel like that was kind of like frozen or halted for you, because the impasse is also this like 2 of Swords energy. It's like stuck at a rock between a hard place. Like, what are you going to do? Which way are you going to go? I gotcha. That's kind of what that guy means to me. And then you have the full moon in Pisces card from my moon oracle deck. It says balance, spirituality, and practicality, and that's that temperance energy. It's like finding balance and harmony in the chaos. It's sometimes very difficult to do. But there is something here that is supposed to be exciting, even if it doesn't feel exciting at this time. It's the self. You are really tapping into yourself. It says, I am beginning an exciting new path of self-discovery. You're really learning all of the different facets of yourself, all of the different refractions that you see. People come into our lives as kind of mirrors of our selves or triggers to get us to align to our higher self, so we can heal some wounds we maybe didn't even consciously realize we had. But you are really tapping into that self energy, which is awesome. And then you have forgiveness. So you also have the orphan card. I feel like those kind of paired together. So forgiving yourself from past pain, past tribulations and those things, and forgiving yourself for maybe putting yourself in predicaments that you didn't realize fully what the repercussions would be is important. And then that orphan card is like being on your own. It says you are able to activate the power of love in order to release past hurts. So when you can truly see... Hold on. Sorry, my cat wanted to go out. He gets whiny. When you can truly forgive yourself for putting yourself in a situation when you didn't know better, that's when you can really move on. And then when you can truly see someone else's inner wounded child, you typically can come from a state of forgiving them as well, because you understand how it is they got there. Not that you agreed with their choices, but you understand almost like the mental justifications that they made to cover their own fear and to cover their own shame. And when you get to that level, that's when you can truly almost come at things with a state of indifference and forgiveness. And what else do I have? Oh, the snake. The snake. So be sensitive to your healing abilities towards others and yourself. Now, the snake is a kundalini energy, and it's a card of like shedding old skin. So when you've activated your heart chakra and your third eye, and you're in sync, and you are having an ego death or a death of a dark night of the soul, you are shedding old skins, old patterns, old things, and you're letting go of that. So be sensitive towards your healing and towards others' healings, because even if you have been enlightened and you see things very clearly, it doesn't mean that anyone else is going to, or that they're ready to, or that they even want to. And sometimes that's a hard reality to grasp, even if you're presenting them with the knowledge and the facts. It's like they are so much in denial that they are not ready to be where you are, because maybe they don't want to be alone, maybe they don't want to be isolated, maybe they kind of like the predictability of the cycles that they're trapped in. So the third eye intuition card I have for you is Act. It says, get your priorities straight, what really counts in your life right now, and take time to consider how you can use your intuition to guide you towards what's really important. And that's coming from the sense of self. So it's like you're trying to see what brings spark or life back to you. And that can be very exciting if you know, you're throwing yourself into new hobbies or beginning new lifestyle choices and things like that. So very interesting reading for you, Pisces. I hope this really helped. If it did, please smash the like button. It helps my channel grow. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. If you feel guided and you want a one-on-one coaching session, you can book that on my website. Or if you want a personalized tarot reading, you can book that on my website as well. But I will see you next time.